Good morning, guys. It's Friday morning. If I talk low, it's because people are sleeping. Except for Grace. She's at school. Gonna do a morning get ready with me. It's 25 to 10. Let's get these clips into my hair. I'm using the ring light this morning because it's pretty darn dark in here. Same toner. It seems so dreary out this morning. Like very. Grace was trying to not go to school, but I told her she had to go. I've had coffee every day this week so far instead of my matcha. I feel like coffee makes me feel like crap on the inside, but matcha doesn't. So I think I'm done with coffee for a bit again. Can I use this? So, if you're like, what are you guys doing today? I think we're gonna go to Safeway and pick up that turkey that's on for $1 something a pound. Cause last night I stayed up quite late. Cause I was trying to come up with like a meal plan based on what's here, and then also spending the least amount. I want to do it in a way where we're not touching our savings. I know I was like saying like a whole paycheck's gonna be gone, which is true, but we have money. I just want to do this in a way where our savings gets untouched. So, because you know what happens once you start dipping in the savings, it disappears. So I came up with a meal plan based on what's here and then picking up a minimal amount of stuff. I think I did it up to January 14th. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. So I did a meal plan right up from like today right up until January 14th. Getting that turkey is going to be for almost 1 week of suppers. I think for the new year, yeah. So pretty much cook the turkey New Year's Eve and have like a normal turkey supper. And then do turkey sandwiches the following day. And then I wasn't going to make turkey pot pie because I don't want to make pie crust. But I was thinking I have Red Lobster biscuit mix. So I'm thinking do turkey pot pie. But instead of doing like an actual pie shell or crust, I'll use one of my glass Purex dishes, do turkey pot pie like I normally would in there. And then I'll just take biscuit dough and put it over the top and bake. And then because that can do like 2 suppers or a supper and leftovers, because in the following, that day after, I have leftovers. Anyways, I have things planned out, even for that ham. So I think we're going to go to Superstore today and at least pick up that turkey from there. I think that's the only thing I have written down. Oh, egg rolls. So I got a turkey and then one thing of egg rolls from Safeway to get. I'm just checking my list. And then I think everything else is going to come from Walmart and Costco. Costco, we're going to get burger buns because you can get, they do double packs, I think. The spiral ham will come from Costco. I think we're going to get our eggs from Costco because we can get 5 dozen. I'm just going to have to ask Matt if he remembers the price or if we can tally up. Because I think we pay at Superstore, I think it's like 30 eggs for $10. So it's making me wonder, what are we paying for 5 dozen at Costco? We're not going to get enough eggs to do from now until January 14th, although we possibly could. We're going to get our bread from Costco because we can get 3 loaves of a Calgary brand for like $5. Pork roast, I wrote down Costco or Walmart. I know Costco does the double packs of pork roast, but they're humongous. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just get pork roast from Walmart. I'll just pick up 2 singular ones because it would be cheaper. And then I do gotta get, I probably gotta write that down, cereal, because David eats cereal on a daily basis. So I can't leave that out. I'm gonna use this morning, just a little bit. I took some notes on my phone. Did I take notes on my phone last night? Oh, I did too. Of how I want to go into 2024. We don't do resolutions, but I was thinking, this year has been a lot of spending. Too much spending. What do you call that? Consumerism? So I want to go into 2024 the opposite. I want to be frugal. We don't have to be frugal, but I think we should. And I think Matt's in agreement with that as well. So I need a mirror. I want to do like frugally fit 2024. So frugally fit financially, spiritually, and physically is what I was thinking last night that I want 2024 to be. Because we do spend beyond what is needed. I am constantly buying things we don't need, you know, at the grocery stores, just in stores in general. So I'm going to stop doing that, even if I don't want to. I'm going to. Because just thinking too, even with Grace, I noticed this past year, she's gotten this mindset, and it's because of me. I already know that. Grace has gotten to this mindset of getting what she wants when she wants it because she's asked for it, right? And it's not just with like junk food and takeout and stuff. It's like with everything. Like she'll be like, oh, well, I want this. And we're like, well, we'll plan for it. She's like, well, no, just go get it. Like, that's kind of like an attitude Grace has been giving off. Even like Tim Hortons, for instance, she has it in her head that she has to have that every time Matt and I leave the house. Or every time he's on his way home from work. There's just a lot of stuff. It's like I'm rubbing off on her, so. This is my own conclusion anyways. Nobody else has said anything. It's just me. Yeah, because even like if we go to the dollar store, I know the dollar store is cheap, not really, but if she comes, or when she has come, I've noticed she's going in and she's just throwing stuff in the cart, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm getting all this," and I'm like, "Wow, that's nice." Even if we tell her we're going in to get like one or two things, and then she comes out with like a bag or two full. So I want to change that. She's not gonna like it though, but it's gonna be like a too bad situation. She has a very entitled approach to things. But again, that was brought on by me. I'm gonna do my brows. I dug this out because it was in my drawer, the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. I'm also thinking, I don't know if I already said this, but I think too for this year, because I mean, I've gone through all my makeup, and I think I need to not buy makeup for 2024. I think there's only 3 things that I would allow myself to, which is eyebrow product. If I have to be out of all eyebrow products. Mascara, but I have to be completely out. Maybe it's only those 2 things. The only other thing that it's not like an eyeshadow or a lip, because I have a lot of eyeshadow, is this. But I don't know if I need that. It does make my skin look even though, which is why I like it. But Matt is probably, because he can hear me right now, he's probably laughing on the inside like, yeah, you not buy makeup. Because I do buy a lot of makeup, especially eyeshadow palettes. Oh, I don't have a... I guess I'll use this. I was going to say, I don't have a eyebrow. I guess I can use this one. Well, or this one. I'll use this one for my eyebrows. I want to use this. I use it a few times, but before it dries out. Anyways, yeah, I just got used to like this, especially this year. I feel like I got used to just buying stuff constantly without having a second thought to it until afterwards. I'm just going to do this lightly because I don't want them dark. So I just took this, like dip it in here, scrape off the sides just in case, and then I go into the cap and I just dab it in there because I don't want a ton of product. This is a warm shade though, it's not neutral. Anyways, in my prayer last night, and actually I'm pretty sure I've been praying this for a little bit, just on and off when it comes to mine, about God helping me with us this year, this coming year, learning how to be more frugal in the sense of not spending all of our income just because we have it. That's a me problem, not a husband problem. Matt has no problem not spending. It's me. And he and I have this conversation all the time. Lots of people don't talk about it with other people, but Matt and I talk about it randomly on and off. He has no issue. And it's me, because I'm impulsive as well. And if you're wondering, no, he doesn't say anything to me. He doesn't tell me stop spending, or like, he's not that kind of person. Normally, I mean, I've heard him say, well, you did what you did, or you got what you wanted. And not in like a snarky way or anything like that either. But okay, that's too warm. I don't like that, but I will use it. It's too warm compared to I feel like I have more neutral. I don't have an eyebrow brush. Like, I bet you I gave it to Grace. I think I already touched on this too. I know the other day I said I want to get her some other stuff for Christmas, but again, what's that saying? Less is more or whatever. I mean, I've already showed the Christmas stuff we got her in her Santa bag. I don't have a brush I can go through. She has plenty. The only thing left for Christmas shopping we're going to do is pick up. I don't know if we're going to do cash or gift cards. I feel like I'm just going to do cash, because do I really want to go to the mall just to get 2 gift cards? Not really. I kind of wish Shoppers and Superstore would let you earn points for buying gift cards, but they don't. I know we know Costco has gift cards. Maybe when Matt and I go to pick up the ham, we'll look at the gift cards and see. Because sometimes, like, they'll have, like, a gift card, spend this. Like, the gift card will be, like, $60, but you only pay $50 for it. That kind of thing. And, like, how do people determine how much money to give to teenagers? Like, nieces or whatever. Oh, no, one niece is 13, and the other one's 16. If I look, sometimes I think, like, because David and Grace are 6 years apart, so I know people who've given them gift cards, but David would always get more than what Grace would get. So I've always been like, is that how people do it? Like, the younger you are, the less you get, and the older you are, the more you get. But Matt and I are like thinking we don't want to do that with their kids. Like, we either spend the same amount on them or we give them the same amount of money or whatever. Anyways, they're both teenage girls and they like the ball. I mean, most teenagers do. What am I doing now? I kind of feel like I like how my face looks right now, but no, nothing else on it. There's a brush missing. I heard that, babe. I guess I'm gonna go in with the bronzer that's in here. Well, I'm gonna mix the bronzer and the contour shade. Anyways, I don't think we are gonna go out today, because that stuff is on sale. And also, I was asking Matt yesterday, I was like, how busy do you think Costco would be next Friday, like the day before Christmas Eve or whatever? Like, it's gonna be busy. So I think we're just gonna get our things done today, and then from here out, if we need something, somebody can walk down. When I say need something, it's probably gonna be like a milk, eggs, bread kind of situation. I should just make homemade bread though, and then get Matt to cut it. I'm not good at cutting bread. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll go buy some bread, but once we're out, because I have bread bags, because I was making bread a couple years ago. And then I stopped. know one thing that could save money, our internet bill. We pay like, I don't know what, 160, 170 for our internet, but we have unlimited internet. And we did that because everybody here is either streaming games on their game system, they're on their phones, they're watching Netflix, YouTube. So if we don't have unlimited internet, then we'll end up going over whatever plan we have and have to pay extra money. I just wish there was like a cheaper plan, like unlimited internet plan. Because I did look the other day, but I didn't see anything. Ugh. I'm like trying to think what blush do I want to use, because I think I'm going to use this Jaclyn Hill palette. The other day when I went to Miriam's, I used this shade, and this one, and I got a really nice look. The shimmers in here are actually like a lot prettier than I was expecting. But I think I want to do a pretty neutral. I'll do my eyes first, I guess. I still haven't washed my makeup brushes. They're still on the counter. I'm going to mix these two shades right here. And just go all over. I did not watch a Christmas movie yesterday. I felt like yesterday I was just in my head all day. I also did not work out yesterday. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to record at any places we go. I'll just show like a haul. Not only that, a lot of the stores are playing music, so if they're playing music and you guys can hear it, then I get a copyright strike. Because I haven't figured out how to cut the audio and put something else over it, so you guys can still watch it without me getting copyright strike. The only other option is me turning the volume off on my phone while I'm recording, but I still don't know how to put something over it so that there's like music or something, so it's just not like a silent video. I think if it's Christmas music playing, I won't get copyright, but if it's any other music, I will. Because I noticed I got a copyright strike on, I think, the Safeway video I did last week. I was either Safeway or Superstore. I'm going to go into this shade here and then that one. Does anybody collect air miles? Was it cash miles and dream miles? We don't have any cash miles, but we have a lot of dream miles. We thought we could cash the dream miles in for like gift cards or whatever, but you can't. But I did get strolling to see what we could use dream miles on. One, we can use them towards airfare, right? Which I think is what we're going to just leave it be as. But I strolled at things we could cash our points in on. There's some good stuff, appliances that we could cash in for. But we don't need any appliances. There was even a 6.6 or 6.5 quart KitchenAid stand mixer. Like, we got enough that we could probably get 2 or 3 appliances. I don't know how it works with flying. And then, like, I guess, are your dream miles, are they limited to where you fly? Like, are you limited to what you use them? Or where you fly to using them? Or can you just pick your destination? And that's that. Alright, you might be like, we can't see it. It's there, though. I just want it barely there. Yeah, all my favorite brushes are... I guess I'll use this one. I'll take these two. I do want to put something in the crease there. I'm not looking at you, you weirdo. Babe, go away. Ugh. I can't even. Black shirt. The back of my shirt is really colorful. It's that one, I kind of wish the print was on the front. It's the one, this one here. I kind of wish that was on the front of my shirt, not the back. I changed my shirt like 3 or 4 times before sitting down here. Oh, it's like, where's the other palettes? Now I'm like thinking, this ColourPop one, I still haven't used it this week. I mean, I haven't used this one at all yet. There's some of the shimmers. I think I might use one of the shimmers after I get down my base of what I want to do. I need to moisturize my hands because my fingers are peeling again. I mean, you probably can't see, but my fingers are peeling from cleaning at Miriam's. I was just going to straight up use the Jaclyn Hill palette, which, I mean, I still can. I feel like the tone that I'm looking for, though, is not in here. Yeah, what I'm looking for is not in there. And this one only has 4 mattes, and they're all not the color I'm looking for. I think I'm going to use a shimmer from there. But I'm going to go into... I think I want to dip into this one and these two. So I'm just going to like pretty much just go into the 3. And I don't want it super dark. My nose is getting dry right there. And then just take this and just go over. Is anybody else gonna come up with, like, do anything different for the new year? I do like the sound, though, of the frugally fit, financially, spiritually, and physically. Maybe I should change my... Oh, maybe I won't. I was going to say, maybe I should change my YouTube channel to that. But I need to actually make sure I, what do you call? Follow through. with what I'm saying. Because saying you want to do something and saying you're going to do something are completely different than actually going through with what you're saying. That's like me saying, oh, I'm going to get the Christmas cards mailed out this week. They're still all on my table in the wrappers. Oh, because we don't have stamps either, so I haven't gotten around to it. So you can see it there. It's just not, wow. Do I want to use one of these shimmers or... Yeah, I'm going to start with one of these shimmers. I'm going to try this one. Are you going to get breakfast, babe? After? I never ate yet. I don't know what I want. Yesterday I had one slice of pizza and supper, which was the leftover chicken parm pasta bake. I had a scoop of that. Didn't eat all of my pasta. And then I took my garlic bread that I had and I put ham and mayo in it and made it into a sandwich. I feel like yesterday I was just too in my head to like want to end up doing anything. And then I'm just gonna go.
You have a ring light?
Yeah. That's not bad. It's a nice shimmer. I think though. I might dab a little bit of this one on it. Just in like in the inner part. And like dipping into that same shimmer right there as well. Nothing's on this brush. I'm just gonna. There. That might be washing it out too much. Let me see. I turn it down a little bit. That's the brightest it is. I mean, this is, if I don't have the ring light on, this is how it ends up looking. I just dipped back into this color right here. All right. I do want to put blush on, but I don't know what one. Well, actually, I only have one out here. I feel like I can see something when I look. Oh, I got eyeshadow all there. Let's do mascara first so I can even see what's going on here. Where did it go? I'm going to use this L'Oreal one. I don't know how people can do their mascara without switching hands. Just a nice light coat, nothing. I feel like my eyelashes are wonky today for some reason. Ugh, my nose is running. Okay. I'm not going to put nothing on the bottom. But I do want to do... I'm going to go into the highlighter that's in here. I feel like I don't need blush, but I'm going to put the blush on that's in here. At least a little bit. I was going to tell you guys what I have on my baking list, but I have my baking list on my phone. I did delete 2 or 3 things on it last night because I want to make whatever Christmas treats I want to make based on what we have here. I don't want to have to buy any more baking supplies. That stuff is... I mean, you seen in the flyer yesterday, one of the stores is charging like what? Almost $5 for like the normal size bag of Chip-Its, which is ridiculous. So, I know I have snowballs on the list, molasses ginger cookies, snowballs. Those 3 things I'm hoping to get made between today and tomorrow. I believe I have shortbread bars written down. Instead of doing shortbread cookies, I was going to make shortbread bars. And then instead of making sugar cookies, making sugar cookie bars. I feel like there's one more thing. I can't remember. It's on my phone. I know I deleted... Oh, I had 5-star bars written on my list. I've never made them before. I have to look up the ingredients, but I took that off my list because I was thinking I'd probably have to buy stuff. Also, I want to make pecan pie brownies, which I took off my list because I don't have pecans. If I could find pecans cheap, I would make it, but I don't know. I think that's it for my face. I do need lip balm, but I'm not putting that on until I'm done my coffee. I will wear a beanie today while we're out because I'm not doing my hair today. These need to get cleaned. I think later on this week, I'm going to do that video of purchases I regret, makeup wise. I have several. Like I said the other day, I showed David some regrets, and he's like, "No, that's not regret." And I was like, "Well, to me it is." Impulsive purchases. Also, buying things on the recommendation of somebody else because they like something, and so you think you're gonna like it, and then in turn you don't really like it. I'm also like, I know I could sell some of my eyeshadow palettes that I don't like. Am I gonna do that though? I probably not. We'll see. We'll see how many I end up hauling out that I regret buying. I still use the ones I regret buying, but I don't know. I also don't want stuff just sitting there, not being used. So, do you want to know what's on my meal plan for the next, that's 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Anyways, I'm making homemade chicken balls today. Chicken balls, rice, and homemade sweet and sour sauce. I'm making enough chicken balls and rice to do today and tomorrow, and then Sunday we'll do probably like a chicken supper or something. Monday we're gonna do hamburger helper because we have the stuff for that. Tuesday, potatoes and chicken wings because we have that. Wednesday I wrote down chili freezer meal because we made chili last week before, and I put enough for a supper away, so we'll have that Wednesday. Thursday, chicken burgers, so we just gotta pick up burger buns. Friday, butter chicken and rice. Saturday, leftovers. And then, believe it or not, Sunday of next week is Christmas Eve, which will be at my brother and sister-in-law's. Christmas Day, so it's another week, a new week, we're gonna do the homemade mac and cheese, the ham, and stuffing. I think I'm not gonna make the stuffing because we have stovetop here, so I'll just make stovetop. Then we'll do leftovers of that Tuesday, and then that Wednesday we'll do tacos using ground turkey. Then Thursday I wrote down chicken and rice, and then sloppy joes, leftovers, and then New Year's Eve turkey supper. So then another new week we'll do turkey sandwiches, turkey pot pie, leftovers, pizza. I wrote down frozen because on my list I wrote down 4 frozen pizzas because they always go on sale. Tuna casserole, leftovers, pork chops, and pasta. Keep in mind, we have that huge pork loin that we gotta at least thaw it partially so we can slice that up. And then I've got chicken supper, fried rice, and egg rolls. Wednesday, frozen pizza again, tacos, chicken Alfredo, leftovers, pork roast, and potatoes. And that's that. So that will take us right up to January 14th. So all suppers are planned. No takeouts, and we don't have room for takeout. I mean, we could, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Especially where I keep complaining. So on our list, we have burger buns, spiral ham, 2 cheeses, and this is gonna be for the homemade mac and cheese. Walmart has those ones on sale for half price that we seen in the flyer yesterday. Turkey, garlic butter, eggs, milk, bread, frozen pizzas, butter, pork roast, potatoes, egg rolls, taco kits, regular cheese, like a regular block of cheese. Because the one that says 2 cheeses, that's for the, what do you call it? Homemade mac and cheese. The regular cheese, if I go through, we actually might not even need regular cheese because what would we use it for? I know sometimes Grace likes snacking on cheese. But, well, I guess for tacos, because we're going to do tacos at least twice, I'm making chicken Alfredo, and I do tend to put some cheese on top. And tuna casserole, I also put cheese in that. I need a pen. I just thought of something for our tuna casserole that we don't have. A can of those French, what is it called? The French onions? I always put that in our mac and cheese. I don't have crackers written down because we. What? I'm pretty sure we have an unopened box of premier or premium crackers. And maybe one box of Ritz, unless Grace already opened that and devoured it, which is very, very well possible. I am going to write down 1 pack of chicken. And I think we'll just do the cheapest chicken out there is chicken drumsticks. And then 1 more pack of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, which can get split up. When we go to Costco to get the ham, because we're gonna do that today just so it's done. Sometimes Costco sells these great big rolls. I think you guys seen it because we haven't been to Costco since October, maybe even September, but I think we went in October. No, September. We went September. We had bought in a big roll of ground pork and it was like $20. If they have it for $20 again, we'll probably grab that and split that up into 4 or 5. I think that's what we did. Because then when January 15th comes, we won't have to scramble because we're out of meat. We'll have some meat. Because we have backstock of pasta. We have backstock of rice. And I told Matt we won't go hungry. I just... I want to make sure we're good. Oh, did I write down cereal? How much? I should ask David. I wish the kids would eat oatmeal. We have pancake mix here. I mean, if we didn't have cereal, what would David eat? Because both kids, they both almost always have supper. I believe David is done going and spending money on takeout and junk food all the time. He kind of has no choice right now. So he's been back to eating the suppers I've been making the past, week or 2 now? But anyways, him and Grace they both almost always eat supper, but breakfast and dinner, it's usually, if Grace is at school, she don't eat. She asked me to stop making her breakfast sandwiches for school, so I stopped. Because she said she felt like I was forcing her to eat. Thing is though, if she doesn't eat breakfast or dinner, then she calls me or texts me saying she doesn't feel good while she's at school, asking to come home. And I told her that has to stop. I was like, you don't feel good because you're hungry. So, like, I know this morning she had a small bowl of dry cereal before she left. I do know family size cereals are on for under 6. I don't know, maybe I'll just write down 2 cereal. Because I know they could make pancakes. We have all kinds of oatmeal here. I also have, what's on my list? Yeah, I think I kind of stopped. Yeah, so I said butter, pork roast, potatoes, egg rolls. We just need one thing of egg rolls. Taco kits. How many times are we having tacos? Twice? One, two. Yeah, so I only need 2 taco kits. A regular block of cheese. Eggnog. 1, because the kids want eggnog. So I'll get like 1. If they have a 2-liter, I'll get 1 2-liter. So I can make eggnog loaf, plus they have a glass. I wrote down apple orange juice. That'll depend on the prices. I don't know. Do we have one of those juice jugs, babe?
Negative.
Negative? It would be much cheaper, because we like having apple juice and orange juice in the house. It would be much cheaper for us to buy the frozen concentrated stuff. We don't have a juice jug, though. I wonder how much a juice jug would be. We don't drink juice every day, but even if we like made 1 can a week or 2 cans a week. And also, I don't even know the prices of them, actually. And then, of course, I wrote down a can of the French onion, like, stuff, you know, the French onions. 1 pack of chicken drumsticks, which can be split. 1 pack of chicken breast, which can be split. And I put down 1 pack of ground beef or pork. Ground beef or pork, which can be split. And then cereal. So this could get expensive, but and the burger buns, we are going to get the 2-pack from, well, you know what? Maybe it would be better to just get store brand burger buns. We are doing chicken burgers this week. Next week, this week coming, we're doing chicken burgers. And then the following week, we're doing Sloppy Joe's 2 days. And would 1 pack of burger buns be enough? Because there's what, 12 in a pack or 8? 10? How many's in a pack?
8 and or 12.
8 and or 12. I mean, we also need to eat less, because we could always do like 1 chicken burger and I can make fries. We could do like a Sloppy Joe and fries or mashed potatoes. Maybe we'll just get 1 pack of burger. Do you think we should get 1 pack or 2?
Of regular ones?
Of like burger buns, yeah. I think just 1, because also Matt and I have acid reflux that happens. Not heartburn, but acid reflux. And I told Matt I think it's because sometimes we overeat. And he's like, yeah. So, yeah, instead of having like 2 burgers or 2 Sloppy Joes, we just have 1 and then have some French fries or something. You're probably not going to hear me talk about salads for a while. Salads are off the list. But we will make smoothies. We got lots of protein powder and we have lots of frozen fruit. So, but I won't be making any vegetable salads. We also have frozen vegetables too. But I'm not picking up produce or that for it to rot in the fridge, because there's apples in there that somebody asked for and they're still sitting there. So, anyways. Oh, it's barely even been an hour. I feel like I've been on here forever. Anyways, I'll let you guys go, because Matt and I are going to get breakfast, and then we're probably going to skedaddle and get this stuff done. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to record in any of the stores. It'll depend on how crowded. I might like show you guys snippets maybe. But then again, I record on my phone, and I don't know how people do a recording and pause it and then pick back up. There's no way they're doing it on their phone. I tried to do that on my phone before, and I wasn't able to pick up where I left off. And I don't know how to combine videos on YouTube. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you guys will see the end result when we get back. But there probably will not be any shop with me's for the next month. Probably not until, yeah, the middle of next month, maybe. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.